Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a game I've never even heard of until it was added to the list. This was added by the wonderful Judo Joker, as usual. You're probably thinking, how could you have never heard of this, Lore? The PS2 is the greatest console ever made. And the answer is because, to repeat, I sort of missed out on the late PS1, early PS2, late PS2 era due to real-life concerns. So I never really got into most of these games. Most of these games came into my awareness years and years later. So I've heard a lot of people say, oh man, this game's so great. It's the best game ever. It always makes me worry. And we'll see exactly how this one does. Because who knows? The good news is it's shorter. Actually, I want to share another little anecdote you may or may not find funny. So my preference for shorter games is rather well known. And that is true. I do prefer shorter games for the most part. I say it that way, though, because it's worth noting that if you look at like the top scoring games on my list right here, most, like that one's 60 hours, that one's 30 hours, that one's 45 hours, that one's 26 hours, that one's 37 hours, that one's 27 hours. So it's not really true, right? Like, I prefer games that are good, not games that are short. But let's ignore that for a moment. Just walk away from that. No, the real relevance here is that people, for reasons I do not deny, really, Zactaf, think that I prefer shorter games. And they said, you know what you should do, Lore? You should come up with a gradient scale, right? And then have it so that the shorter game is, the more positives it gets for being short. And then that, like, shrinks until you get to the point where there's no positives for it being, like, you know, a little bit too long. And then that drifts into negatives when the game is too long. No, this is a terrible idea. But what I find funniest about that is, for those of you who know, one of the primary calculations that goes into making the golden number is density. So, done. All right, so let's go ahead and reset this sucker. This has just been sitting here paused for a while. Press start button. Now, what I want to do before I hit the press start button is I want to say thank you to Ann Diddy. No, I don't want to say thank you to Ann Diddy. No thank yous to Ann Diddy. I want to say thank you to Croatia, Dame Celeste, Dean Bedine, Ect, Game Geek, Lord Harrimont, Mizuno Speedruns, Mr. Red, Noctis, Race Cat, TSB, Zach Taft, Czar, and then the person who put this game on the books, which is Judo Joker, and our majority shareholders, of which we actually have several. Savacom, and Diddy, and, of course, Judo Joker himself. Thank you, all of you, for keeping the lights on and for making this run happen. And thank you for the loud music. And for my mother interrupting me while I'm streaming. Okay. So, let's hit the correct button this time. Unfortunately, I have, mortal, to my great dismay. Thank you. So yeah, LucasArts, I noticed that earlier. And Pandemic. XOps is a private military company employing highly trained mercenaries. XOps accepts contracts from both governments and private interests. It does, mortal. Have you played it? Because I have. Oh yeah, fun fact. I thought this was a glitch at first, but I got into an mission and the weird graphics glitching is gone, so I'm guessing that's just the title screen. who's ready for too loud music? I'm ready. I need it. I'm ready. Soak me in it. Well, I do love emulator glitches. Because there's nothing else I can do about that. You remember when LucasArts existed? Hang on, it's Chris. What are the other three? God, I don't have the list in front of me. I'm sorry. Yeah, LucasArts got shut down completely. Thanks, Disney. I have very little evidence of this. Hard evidence. However, I am, and I want to stress this for a moment, 100% convinced that the Disney executive branch's hard-on for hating video games is why LucasArts got shut down. There it is. There's our loud music. Yeah! Hoot! Mercenaries. What do they do? Sorry, I actually do have an extremely small amount of info on what the difference is. So one of them has giant boobs. No, it's the guy. It's the guy. No, for real though. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So, Jennifer Mui has a bonus to stealth and understands Chinese. Chris Jacobs takes less damage and understands Korean. And Matthias Nilsson runs faster and understands Russian. There's your difference. There is apparently some special stuff for each of them. You have good actors, all three of them, so that's not really a question. Oh my god, I need to make that a thing now, Just Shaddix. Make a game somewhere where, like, giant boobs literally, like, reduces damage from, like, bullets. Doesn't matter your gender, too. Giant chest, it just damage reduction. We'll see how the banks take that act, because that has the potential to be a very bad thing, just like it was last time. Reduced interest rates on paper sounds like a good idea. The problem is, large-scale holding companies and corporations tend to buy tons and tons of large loans, which then causes a huge domino effect on everything. Which we're still, by the way, we're still reeling from the domino effect of the last time they cut interest rates. That's cool. Okay, so the winner is a tie between Mui and Nilsson. Okay. Let's reset that. So, heads, it'll be Mui. Too late, Judo Joker. It's all over. Yeah, no, nobody voted. Nobody voted for that. The coin has already decided. Y'all took too long. Or rather, didn't vote at all. Like 5 people voted? How many people did vote? Hang on. 4. 4 people voted. Yeah, all right, moving on. I saw that, Traxia. No surprise. I mentioned this in Discord, and absolutely everyone ignored me. But we have a disturbing trend that a lot of the great game designers are getting old. I mean, how well do you think Valve is going to keep being when we finally lose Newell? Or Nintendo? When we lose Tezuki or Miyamoto? We know when Metzen's going to finally quit. It is 2 expansions from now. The good news is we've already been getting a new generation of game developers. They're just not at the big companies. They're in the indie scene. What that means is what's going to happen is all of the big franchises are going to die. More than they already have. So, you know, your Marios, your Zeldas, your Mega Mans, your Halos, your Call of Duties, all that's going to hell. Indie space will continue being awesome.
Reports from Pyongyang, North Korean military forces have staged a coup.
Hang on. I've been told I need to read those. I mean, Zelda's already changed hands 3 times. It is currently in the hands of, I can't remember his name, the guy from Capcom, who's been in charge since 4 Swords. He also worked on Minish Cap. And then Skyward Breath and Tears were his babies. Oh, shoot. I can't stop being interrupted. This is driving me insane. It's been this weird trend for about a week now. Tiny little interruptions just keep happening. Over and over and over. And I can't get away with it. There's always just tiny little things where it's like, hey. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to play the freaking game. Hang on. Chris Jacobs, American, 35. He's been with X-Ops for 5 years. Son of a U.S. Army colonel and a Korean interpreter, Jacobs joined X-Ops after serving for 7 years in the U.S. Army's Combat Applications Group. Jacobs' physical training allows him to withstand bullet wounds and shrapnel that would incapacitate another operative. Matthias Nilsson, Swedish. He's been with X-Ops 1 year. Nilsson is an unproven X-Ops agent, but his record scores in the physical portion of the entrance exam show great promise. Nilsson's physical agility and fearless demeanor should make him very effective in the North Korean theater. Jennifer Moy, British, 33. 7 years. Moy draws on her MI6 training to go undetected in hostile environments. This, combined with her extensive covert combat experience and capabilities, make her highly qualified for the North Korean theater.
Reports from Pyongyang indicate the military forces have staged a violent...
The Royal Navy intercepted a North Raider.
Can you tell this game was made in the wake of the War on Terror?
And the ship's cargo Hornets were intended for sale to known terrorist elements.
Troops poured MZN into North Korea, intent on dislodging the installed regime of General. The president today reaffirmed the peacekeeping mission.
The general bounties today for the latest Death 2.
Could we have the lights off, please? Lights off, please. Thank you. All right, Fiona, what have you got for us?
Thanks. Hey, well, today the board on the Sung Initiative. This paralleled finality for X, but it's high risk. North Korea is the Allies are, and it's all because of this.
Yes, we've been to... Couldn't this force us into, I don't know, a position? Guy's evil. He kept his own to the coup. The men are all over it. Anyone operating in this is going to be famous.
But we're proposing single operative profile.
To be clear, I'm not pressing anything.
Causing total chaos. There's on the ground, sure. Our agent could level half the and no one would have any idea. It's more. 100 million for Sung. It's a significant bounty member of the Dekafu, if they're taken alive.
Does that say...
Well, slave trading, if you call that business, these guys are businessmen. It's a single agent to go up east. We think the Allies can't work directly with faction to gather hard intel 52.
Come on, Fiona. The A have been shy about...
Russian mafia, DSRM everywhere. Listen, by working with the faction, can take Sung's power out from the bottom up. Sung's gone into hiding. No one knows where he is.
It's his lieutenant, Scott. Fiona, you in case, which way the board will go, but one more question. We're basically on a single here. Do you mind?
Yeah, I believe perfect candidate.
So I can't tell if those are separate files or not. Because what in God's name? Like, what that sounds like is they would start playing an audio file, right? Because that's how most voice acting is in these kind of things. It's usually literally like a WAV file or an MP3 file or whatever. And so there's a couple of seconds of it, and then like it skips to the next file for some reason, and then skips to the next file, and then skips to the next file. That's why I made absolutely sure I wasn't pressing any buttons.
This is Fiona with XOps. Do you read me? Jennifer.
5x5, Fiona. ETA?
You're about 10 minutes from the DMZ drop zone.
Glad to hear your voice on the line. Wouldn't have made it through Iraq without you.
Bet you say that to all your support operatives.
Only the ones who saved my ass.
Just doing my job. We're close. You might want to get your gear together for the drop. Have you checked out your new PDA yet?
Of course. Transflective screen, high-res image, fast uplink.
Don't worry, there's not going to be a test.
Not true. I'll be testing it plenty in the field.
What worries me about that is now 2 emulator bugs we've run into with this. And I don't have another option. There's no backup plan here. This is a PS2 game.
I know it's not state-of-the-art.
M4A1 carbine. Barrel tends to overheat. Other than that, a fine weapon. M67.
Standard issue frag grenades.
Produces casualties within 15 meters. Lethal under 5. Definitely up to my standards.
This is Blackbird. DMZ's in visual range. The drop zone is hot. We'll be coming in low and fast.
You heard the man. Time to get going.
Uh, 2005, something like that. Yep, we've got you this bleeding edge tech. It's called a Blackberry. Oh god, that's even worse. I worked with BlackBerry professionally because it was a very common pick for professional stuff, for obvious reasons. And a lot of companies in the IT space use BlackBerries. So I just noticed that graphics bug is still there. It's much subtler. Like, okay, do you see that red thing on the left? Do you see that? Look above it, and you'll see some of those lines. The scan lines that are there, right there. I mean, BlackBerry was run out of the market by Apple. Let's just say that as bluntly as we possibly can. Why are the subtitles off? Zactaft, why'd you turn my subtitles off? Okay.
Jennifer, you ready?
I'm good, Fiona. 5 by 5.
You know they say the DMZ is the most dangerous place on Earth.
I know.
But still, $100 million. You think you could spend that much money in one lifetime?
You know me. I've got expensive tastes.
That's right. Could you ever spend $100 million? I mean, true, just ShadX. I'm just saying, I would have preferred a reality when BlackBerry pushed up instead of Apple, that's all. I admit I am definitely biased on that front. And again, that's more professional than personal.
Your primary objective is to get to the Allied HQ. Colonel Garrett is waiting for you. Head north to the Allied HQ. Garrett is expecting you.
That would be really funny, woo.
Great, they've blocked the road.
How is that disguise lost? They were already shooting me. That's... nope. Oh, God. I will say this, I actually approve of the Apple Arcade idea. It's probably one of the smartest ideas they've ever come up with. It's also for people who actually want to play video games, not people who spend money on mobile games.
The area is a lot hotter than we expected. Hang on while I patch into the Allied uplink.
I am under heavy...
Damn, the North Koreans staged an assault on the Allied HQ. I'm hearing reports of intense shelling in the area. Looks like you're just in time to be a hero. Head north to the Allied HQ. Garrett is expecting you.
I just want you to explain to me why we're still getting the crap shelled out of us. And I don't want to hear the words authorization, approval, clearance, or in... Now who the hell is this?
Sir, this is a private contractor. XOps contacted me and I agreed.
A merc? You don't think I got enough problems? Get out of here! I don't
You
need...
catch the two of clubs yet?
The two of... No. How did you know that Jinho Young was commanding that artillery?
XOps does a good job briefing their agents, sir. You said you didn't want to hear authorization or approval. Well...
All right, we'll give it a shot. You stop that artillery, verify the two clubs, and maybe we can do business together. Major Howard here will give you some intel. Oh, and one last thing. Don't you ever interrupt me again.
So, I've turned on the subtitles 3 times now.
Get this merc out of here before one of those G...
I've also turned vibration off 3 times.
SRN reporter shows up.
At this point, no, I'm not sure of anything. Oh,
The AN have sent me the contract. It'll lay out all the details of what you need to do. Check your PDA for the email.
you know, I'm actually a really good driver. Like, it's one of the very few things I'm actually proud of in my life.
The Mercenary!
I don't blame you if you don't believe me, but it's still true. No, because a sedan can't drive like a race car. Despite what Hollywood might tell you, you can't actually pull off the stunts they do in those. What they do is they do custom riggings in order to make sure that the suspension and the axles are just right. In order to make sure that they can pull off some of the stressors, because otherwise what you're going to do is completely tear the... oh, I don't actually know what it's called. The thing that connects the 2 rear wheels. Like, just shred that sucker. Yeah, on the outside it might look like the sedan. On the inside, nope. That's a real car inside. It is the axle, I was right. Although, yeah, the differential would also apply there. So in short, no. I can actually drive manual, and I hate it. Unless I have a flappy paddle.
Excellent, he's not going anywhere. Now we call for an AN extraction helicopter.
Well, that's one way to do it, I suppose. Manual drive. When you're driving, you probably don't notice your car shifting gears on you. That's automatic. That's fair. I actually learned to drive on manual because I was born in the early 80s, but I hated it even then. I was so happy when I finally started getting access to automatic cars. wasn't until I was much older I found the flappy paddles. Those are fun. I don't know what they're properly called, and I don't care. The flappy paddles is, instead of having the stick shift over here, the shifts are right here. That's your clutch, and that's your gear shifter.
I am taking enemy fire.
Actually, you know what's funny, Just Shaddix? I'm a millennial.
Go pick up the 2 and carry him to the helicopter. Perfect. 1 down, 51 to go.
Jesus, Bergman. I'll take that payday there.
Let's take care of those artillery pieces. The AN are providing air support. You should be able to target the artillery from here.
It's either 80 or 79 and on is millennial. The only reason I even find that it's not even that as funny as it used to be. The only reason I find that funny is because everyone thinks millennials is like the young, hip kids, right? No, we're in our 40s. We are older than our parents were when they had houses. First impressions. Ass. Alright, so... yeah, boomers... There's a generation above boomers which are much more the actual problem there. But I don't want to get into that too much. Let's not get into that. Which reminds me, a lot of the people who actually really like, or rather, who are in charge of Disney, who hate video games, I've never been able to find a solid reason for why they hate video games. It's true, though. They do. You're not going to find an interview where they say, I hate video games. But there is a constant and repeated pattern of the upper executives of Disney, including the CEOs, constantly saying, screw video games. Yeah, exactly, Act. I mean, again, LucasArts. They could have done anything with LucasArts. They just nuked them. Just straight up nuked the whole company. Didn't even think about repurposing it or turning it into other development. You know the only video games that Disney pushes out? Pull up your phone sometime. Go to whatever game store, app, whatever you have on your phone, and look for Disney-based titles there. You'll find MCU stuff, Marvel stuff. You'll find Star Wars stuff. You'll find Pixar and Disney stuff out the wazoo. And it's all mobage. That's the video games they're cool with. So now we get to play Diagnostics. See, I thought I had this all lined up, and apparently I was extremely wrong. Yeah, there's a reason they made that 10-year deal with EA and just said, yeah, you go make Star Wars stuff. And they just hands-offed it for a decade. Okay, that got rid of the scan lines. Holy crap, okay. Alright, I'm gonna try something real quick, just super quick while we're here. Oh, don't even get me started on Amazon's hilariously malfunctioning video game efforts, if you can even call it that. Fresh reminder, if you support me on Twitch or on Patreon, do not do so with your Apple phone. Apple phone is going to start charging extra for the process of doing something you can do from your computer or laptop. That extra money goes directly to Apple, not to Patreon, not to Twitch, and not to me. That's going into action like 2 weeks from now. So, trying to signal boost that a little bit. Why do the subtitles keep getting turned off? Okay. Let's see what happens.
Pyongyang indicate military.
No, right now what they're doing is a 1-2 punch. They need people in offices, and they want to reduce headcount. So they're forcing people back into offices, which is reducing headcount.
Hey Chris, do you read me? Wake up!
Just resting my eyes. What's our ETA?
You're about 10 minutes from the DMZ drop zone.
Damn, they were gonna bump me up to first class.
Listen, we're close. You might want to get your gear together for the drop.
There's Lamar. Recognize that voice anywhere.
You checked out your new PDA yet?
A little bit. Seems nicer than the one we had in Libya. Hope it's more durable.
We know you'll treat this machine a lot better.
I'll do my best.
I heard that. If you can stop abusing it for a minute, I want to test our uplink. I'm tapped into every satellite feed I can get my hands on. That means when I send you a blip on your PDA, you check it out.
This thing play MP3s?
Of course.
Really?
No.
When did this game come out?
I know it's not state of the art.
Never let me down before.
I was right. I just guessed 06 just based on contact clues. Ah, 05. I was wrong.
Standard issue frag grenades.
Should get me started.
I suck.
This is Blackbird. DMZ's in visual range. The drop zone is hot. We'll be coming in low and fast.
You heard the man. Time to get going.
Alright, so hold on.
Chris, you ready?
Yeah.
You know they say the DMZ's the most dangerous place on Earth.
You worried about me, Fiona?
I'm worried about our payday. $100 million. You think you could spend that much money in one lifetime?
Trust me. I'll die trying.
Alright, hang on. One more attempt here, just while we're here. Rated T for teen. Oh god. How many of you played that 50 Cent game? What is it, Blood on the Sand or something like that? Listen, we mercenaries are a well-beloved profession in the Battletech setting. let this run and see if our audio glitch hits again.
Indicate military forces have staged a violent...
Of course, that means we got to be ADHD for a second here. I apologize for that.
Intercepted a North freighter. After uncovering a cache of nuclear warheads in the ship's cargo, warheads were intended for sale to known terrorist elements.
Troops poured across the and into North Korea, intent on dislodging the new regime of General Song. Then today reaffirmed the peacekeeping mission.
The general bounties today for the latest Deputy 2.
Sounds like it's still glitching.
We have the lights off, please. Lights off, please. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, Fiona, what have you got for us?
Thanks. Hey, well, today the boy on the Sung and...
Whatever. We'll come back to that. Yeah, nobody wants to invade North Korea. Way too much effort for absolutely no benefit.
Hey, Matthias, my name's Fiona, your ex-op support coordinator for this mission.
What's the deal? We're almost there yet?
Nice to meet you, too. You're about 10 minutes from the DMZ drop zone.
Good. Waiting is not my thing.
Try meditation, I've heard that helps.
Just get me off this bird and I'll be fine.
Listen, we're close. You might want to get your gear together for the drop.
This is, Stormare, right?
Have you checked out your new PDA yet?
I'm not much of a gadget guy.
Well, that gadget could save your life.
Yeah? Can it stop a bullet?
It can stop you from wandering around North Korea like a clueless idiot. I know it's not state-of-the-art.
Well, it kills people, right?
So we're playing as Batman here.
M67s. I love M67s.
Standard issue frag grenades.
That'll do until I get my hands on a Tomahawk or one of those spookies the South Koreans been using.
This is Blackbird. DMZ's in visual range. The drop zone is hot. We'll be coming in low and fast.
You heard the man. Time to get going. Matthias, are you ready?
I'm always ready. Always ready.
You know they say the DMZ is the most dangerous place on Earth.
Just wait till I get there.
Easy, boy. Just don't forget about our payday, okay?
Forget the $100 million. Impossible.
That's our third one. Hang on a sec. Yeah, he's kind of Blandy McBlandy. Nothing fancy there. Nope, sorry, y'all voted, and by you all, I mean 4 people voted in a tie. Yeah, I'll take has a sense of humor or professional all business over likes a killing, personally. And that's why he's Batman. Because he's a growly misery guts. Like, I don't know what else to add to that. Thank you, Uplay Network, for this video.
For this peacekeeping mission.
The general posted bounties today for the latest deck of 52.
Could we have the lights off, please? Lights off, please. Thank you. All right, Fiona, what have you got for us?
Thanks. Okay, well, today the board is voting on the Sung Initiative. This is an unparalleled financial opportunity for XOPS, but it's high risk. North Korea is a quagmire, the Allies are stuck in it, and it's all because of this man here.
Yes, we've been discussing this. Couldn't this force us into a, I don't know, a moral position? I mean, the guy's evil. He capped his own father after the coup. The media are all over it. Anyone operating in this theater is going to be famous.
Maybe, but we're proposing sending in a single operative, low profile. And remember, North Korea is in total chaos. There's press on the ground, sure, but our agent could level half the country and no one would have any idea we were there.
I'm sorry, I'm going to jump in really quick here. I know that we've already covered several Clancyisms, but this is a very Clancyism kind of situation. I'm sorry, South Korea has absolutely no interest in reunifying with North Korea. And that would be such a monumentally, horrifically, unfeasible thing to ever happen. Like, you think East Germany, West Germany was bad. Nuh-uh. Also, I love the Russian mafia there. The sickle, hammer, and skull. Obviously, a logical conclusion there. Chaotic situation regarded as a business opportunity for arms dealing. The Allies, of course, are here to pursue high-value targets and then exit. The South Korea is, of course, backed by the CIA. Yeah, there was arguably a window there when there could have been a Korean reunification. That window closed before I was born. So...
country and no one would have any idea we...
Oh, sorry, and Chinese there, they have territorial expansion, and they oppose the South Korean play. So China's trying to conquer North Korea. South Korea's trying to conquer North Korea. The Allies are here, and the Russians... Anyways.
We're there. There's more. Apart from the 100 million for Sung, there's a significant bounty for every member of the Deck of 52, especially if they're taken alive.
Does that say businessmen?
Well, counterfeiting, slave trading, if you call that business, these guys are businessmen. To sum up, we insert a single agent to go after the bounties. We can do something the Allies can't. Work directly with factions on the ground to gather hard intel on the Deck of 52.
Oh, come on, Fiona. The AN have never been shy about...
Dealing with the Russian mafia? Not with GSRN reporters everywhere. Listen, by working with the factions, we can take Sung's power base apart from the bottom up. Sung's gone into hiding, but if anyone knows where he is...
It's his lieutenants. Got it, got it. Fiona, you make a compelling case. I think I know which way the board will go, but I have one more question. We're basically relying on a single agent here. Do you have someone in mind?
Yes, I do. I believe I have the perfect candidate.
The player character. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, yeah, no, we're assuredly... We've been put into this by somebody somewhere. And considering this is a Clancyism, I mean, come on, of course we are. Okay, so... we have captured one of the 52. We've gotten rid of the graphics glitch. The audio glitch is still there. Why would you ever visit North Korea? Why would you ever do that for any reason whatsoever? Whoop, that's... okay, so hang on. So that's jump. I don't know what that is. That's an interact. Ah, okay. Just don't go to Haiti. No, really. Don't go to Haiti. Okay. Yeah, I have no jokes there. I feel extraordinarily bad for the people living in Haiti. Especially just, the ordinary, real people in Haiti. Okay, so there's our artillery targets.
Roger, target received. Bombs free.
Excellent. Now let's get the other one.
Roger, target received. Bombs free.
Great work. Garrett will be pleased. Now get back to the AN HQ.
You know what this really reminds me of? I bet most of you in chat have never even heard of this game. There's an N64 game. It's called Body Harvest. You ever heard of that? And this plays and feels very much like Body Harvest. Sorry, I couldn't find the break in time. So Body Harvest was an N64 game, and you are aware of it, even though you've probably never heard of the game in question, because it was the prototype for the Grand Theft Auto series.
Wow.
They weren't even called Rockstar back then. I actually forget what they were called back then, but yeah, it's the team that would eventually become Rockstar Games. But there was a... I don't know, it's a little bit different. DMA, that's them. It's a little bit different than your typical GTA. Probably at least in part because it was designed for consoles exclusively. It was never intended to be ported anywhere. But if you prefer, you could just think of this as a GTA 3 style game, and it probably fits just as well. Remember, GTA 3 was a huge console seller, so...
Not bad. Maybe I was wrong about you. And I sure as hell don't mind the opportunity to get something done around here without wading through a sea of red tape. I may rely on you in the future. How's that sound?
As long as the pay's good, I'm perfectly willing to jump in.
Okay. I'm Colonel Samuel Garrett, commander of Allied forces in the area. This is Major Stephen Howard. I know you're here for the Deck of 52. Now, most of them are open bounties, but the aces? You need special clearance from us to go after them. You bring me enough intel, I'll get you that clearance. Speaking of which, you'll want to talk to the man leading... advising South Korean forces in the area. Company man called Buford. Knows more about what's going on around here than, well, hell, he knows more than he's telling, that's all I'll say. Probably already knows where Song is, the bastard. Now get out of here. I got work to do, come on.
Odd question. Why is the United States military, excuse me, the UN military, sent a colonel in charge of this situation?
shows up.
No offense to the man or his career, but, like, that feels like a strange choice. Colonel is a really cool title. It is, however, much lower on the chain than you'd think. There's some asterisks there, though. I have heard the argument before, and this is definitely getting into the weeds a little bit, that the colonels are the guys who are high enough in charge to be in charge, but low enough on the totem pole to actually be in the field. Yeah, yeah, that's a good way to put that, Woo. No, he's not in the front lines. He's in his HQ right over there. Front lines, that's lieutenants. You well know Shepard was a little bit of a different one, isn't he? Since when has Shepard ever cared about danger close? Okay. So hold on. Frickin' butter bars. Listen, Archaeopale. So yeah, the game. Let's talk about this, shall we? The game handles rough. I'm just gonna say that right up front. Yeah, we're gonna think about that, but the one negative I've absolutely codified so far is for the options. I know what you're thinking. Lore, you can't expect options out of a PS2 game. Counterpoint, Star Fox, which predates this game by over a decade. So, no, I think we've actually established before precedents that any game from about early 90s and onwards that doesn't have proper options, even basic options, as far as the story so far, it feels fine. I actually rather enjoy a fairly basic... That's true, Kingsfield 4 Ninja, let you remind. A fairly basic mercenary story is something I enjoy. Probably one of my favorite mercenary stories, two of them actually, are both in the MechWarrior series, MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries and MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries. And both of those are pretty bog-standard campaigns, narratively speaking, but they're still enjoyable. You know, it's not like you're going to have a big, sweeping, grandiose story, but there's still something engaging about being the person on the field trying to do the missions with the expectation of trying to get the best payday. In several ways, it's kind of the same idea of just trying to get the highest score, right? Now, I don't know this, but I assume there's actually going to be something we're going to be able to spend that money on in this game, and that will then give us something to spend those points on. So now we actually have a further benefit to doing that. So, whoop, sorry, clicked the wrong thing. So far, I'm actually more with the story than not. We've got decent voice acting performance. We've got probably a single brickwork positive. Like, what I'm seeing so far right now is honestly a little bit low tier for the PS2 in terms of graphics fidelity. However, I do actually like what they've done with it, and it does get across the idea of the no man's land, which is what this is. This is the friggin' DMZ, so that makes sense. Even if they hadn't had that briefing, which if you remember, we barely even heard that briefing the first time, I can immediately tell where we were, right? That's the point and purpose of that kind of thing. Obviously, we have voice acting. I already mentioned that. Let's see. Cool, neck. I mentioned controls. Not great. I do like the options, so let's put this here. Some question marks here as we think about some things. Nilsson was very funny, Zach Taft. He was Batman! Alright, exactly. The graphics aren't good, but art direction trumps graphic design 10 times out of 10. So we've got... Yeah, I was just debating the little mission we just did, because the mission we just did is actually not too bad. It's like, all right, you start off in a vehicle, so immediately we figure out how driving works. We could have hopped out of that vehicle, and we ended up having to because we hit a frickin' pothole. But you can also get to your destination on foot. The map is surprisingly readable. I'm not going to give it a positive yet, but I'm definitely question marking a positive for the map. I don't know how, Proaxel. Like, I hate to say that way. I am using a PS3 controller designed and set up for PS2 emulation. I essentially have only one other thing I could do to be more true to the original than this, and that's to go into my boxes of stuff, dig out my PS2, and shove the game into the console. But no, it's not a controls issue. I usually identify those kind of things. The biggest issue I've been having is the specific placement of buttons and how the vehicle handles. It's GTA 3, right? GTA 3 doesn't exactly control very well. Right, so I was talking about the map, just realization. They start you off, go up there, here's the guy, here's how you disable him without actually killing him, which is good to know, because it's extremely unintuitive to do a melee hit and then immediately hit, I think it was triangle, in order to knock him out. But they showed us how to do it, then they showed us how to pull an extraction in order to get him out of there. I do like how all you need is a flat surface to get extraction out. I also like how you can design it around, like there's no extraction points, there's just call in the extraction, which means the helicopter can be under attack, which we actually saw in action, and you need to have a space where the helicopter can land. But that's it, that's the only requirements. So that allows for some opportunities in the future, we'll see. And then, yeah, using the laser pointer in order to accomplish that. So we have some basic mission structure, and some dynamic mission structure, which I'm with. What was Pandemic making at this point? That's true, Geludo. Let's see. What were they working on here? So at this point in time, they were working on Destroy All Humans, which I actually haven't played, and Battlefront 2, the real one, not the EA one. They had an interesting history, didn't they? Look at this. Battlezone 2, which I actually haven't played, but Dark Reign 2, which I have. Not Dark Reign 1, by the way. Army Men RTS, which was surprisingly fun for what it was. Star Wars The Clone Wars? Okay, which one's this one? Okay, that's not the one I thought. That's the one that plays kind of like this one. The GTA one. Full Spectrum Warrior, Star Wars Battlefront 1. That's probably what they're most well known for. This game, Destroy All Humans, Battlefront 2, Full Spectrum Warrior 10 Hammers, Destroy All Humans 2, Mercenaries 2, Lord of the Rings Conquest. Is that the one I think it is? No, this is not the one I think it is. I don't recognize this game. Interesting. Well, no, because like there was the Lord of the Rings, there were the two Lord of the Rings RTSs at the time, and then there was the Lord of the Rings action RPG, and then there's the Lord of the Rings FF10 clone. Just gonna put it that way. But this apparently is yet another Lord of the Rings. I forgot how many Lord of the Rings games came out in the wake of those movies. And then the Saboteur. I've heard about the Saboteur, but I've never actually played it, and that was their last one. And then they were eaten by EA and killed by EA, as so many other developers were. Fresh reminder, there's a reason people still hate EA 20 years later. Third Age, that was the FF10 clone. Anyways. So Archeon asks a valid question. Is it better to evaluate the game as it was, or is it today? So that's a very, very good question. And that's, I'm going to go ahead and say right up front, there's no correct answer there. There's no, like, this is the right answer to that question. There's just which you prefer, right? How exactly it is you prefer to approach that. I decided, and we decided a long time ago, to go ahead and review games as they are now. I have a lot of reasons for doing that, but that is my choice on that particular spectrum. So I'm reviewing a PS2 game, or an NES game, or a PS3 game, or a PC game from the 70s, as it is played right here and now. There's obviously some asterisks that need to be attached to that, especially in the case of some games, because the streamability gap exists for a reason. However, I've always felt that games, just like movies, just like shows, etc., have plenty of reasons and purpose behind... Hang on, getting distracted mentally. Each of them can be good or bad now or then, right? There are episodes of Star Trek The Original Series, a show that was in the 60s, I remind you, that are good today. Right? Same with games. There are NES games that crush PS5 games. You know what I mean? There's also the other asterisk. So, reasonably speaking, there's no actual way to review a game as it was. I know what you're saying. What do you mean? Just use a ton of asterisks. What I mean by that is any review score I would give would be completely irrelevant if I was to review a game as is. The only way I could do that, and we've actually thought about this, is to make... You know how I've got that list of all the games I've ever reviewed on the website? Make one of those per year. So there would be the 2005 year for this game, for example. And so the only games that this game would be reviewed alongside would be other games that came out in 2005. And then just do it by year like that. So any given review would only be relevant to other games that came out in the same year. Humvee, huh?
You've got mail from the Allies about that CIA operative working for the South Koreans.
Minutes. Remain in vehicle, $5,000. It was extremely good, Ross. Yes, sorry, Czar. I forgot to react to you, but I did actually jot it down the moment you gave it. Thank you for giving that. Oh my god. Handling. I know it's Humvee, but man. Yeah, no, so this... normally I don't splurge for something as simple as lunch, but it's Burger Day. So my brother-in-law and I got Five Guys. And I had Five Guys and I had Five Guys in my mouth. Don't clip that. Sorry, Nemesis. Actually, no. Always with the distraction. So that's going towards the BRPG block. Jedi Survivor. And Pokemon, Soul Silver. And get over your cold, damn it. Thank you for your support, Nemesis. Always. Yeah, so, yeah, sorry, jokes aside, my brother-in-law and I decided to get Five Guys. That's about as, you know, burger as you're going to get. And they also offer lettuce burgers, and I happen to really like lettuce burgers. And I noticed they had an Oreo shake, and, yeah, Ross had just mentioned, like, Oreo shakes, and I was just like, oh my god. Actually, Ross had mentioned Oreo blizzards, to be very specific about that. This is the best game I've ever played, G2s. There's one last reason why I like to review games, regardless of when they came out. I already mentioned the timelessness. Someone in my comments section actually said something fascinating, which really struck with me. They mentioned how timelessness can be good or bad, right? A game that is timelessly good is... We could point to several of those. Mega Man 5 or Mario Bros. 3, right? Dragon Quest 1. These games are good now, but it works the other way, too. Shows, games, books, movies, songs that were terrible 30 years ago are still terrible today. So it goes in both directions. There's a degree of timelessness when it comes to quality. And I am a firm believer in... I'm trying to think of how to put that into words. The concept of the fact that there is a general concept of good games regardless of relativity to other games, right? In other words, I believe in the very concept of giving a game a 0, and then everything below and everything above. Let's try this again. Still getting used to the driving. The driving is so wonky. Look at that. And yes, some masterpieces have aged. I actually have a perfect example for that right off the top of my head. And Ross knows exactly what that example is. Yep, that's right. It's Super Mario 64, the original. A lot of people list Super Mario 64 as one of, if not the best games ever made. I do not agree. Mario 64 was revolutionary, and one of those, you know, not Apex games, one of those fulcrum games when it comes to game design. But that's historically significant. That's relevant. That's prevalent. That is a game that laid down the groundwork for what is the 3D platformer. That doesn't make it one of the best games ever made, in my opinion. But that gets down to metrics, doesn't it? What is it you're counting as a metric when it comes to the best such and such ever? Because I know a lot of people will take historical significance as one of the relevant metrics when it comes to quality. Yeah, no, the effect Ocarina and Mario 64 have had on gaming is gargantuan. I'm getting used to the control. I'm getting there. You're gonna have to... Look, I've been playing Hitman for a week, okay?
안녕하세요.
I agree that historical context is important. That's one of the reasons I like to talk about that sort of thing when we get into a specific game. I don't know if you remember, I've reviewed GTA 3. And I'm going to spoil this for you in case you haven't seen that review. That game bombed because it sucks. However, that game was a huge sea change in game design and absolutely is a significant game that deserves and mandates the historical context that is attached to it. Hang on, I've been told not to do this one. I hear and obey the chat. The Judo Joker.
박 사령관님께서 당신을 기다리십니다.
Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't have Twilight Princess without Ocarina. To use a very linear line there. We wouldn't have Mario Odyssey without Mario 64. So they're speaking in a foreign language. Cool.
Hey, how you doing? This is Major Park. He's a commander of South Korean forces in the area. My name's Buford. I've been the company's man in Seoul for 30 years. I'm here to make sure North Korea don't end up the smallest province in the People's Republic. Problem is, Langley didn't exactly supply me with a lot of personnel. Cash, I got. You'll get paid and then some. And we got some nifty toys. Now, if you're willing to do some simple grunt work for me, I'll treat you right. First things first. Song's men are eager to take back this city. So far, Park's troops have kept them at bay. But Song is stepping up his offensive, and I don't want to lose Kusong this early in the game. So, if you're up to it, I'm going to pay you to be Park's reinforcement. An army of one, so to speak. If you're interested, Major Park here will give you all the details.
Let's do it. It's better than an army of two. Hell, I got a really, really good example for you of gaming significance. Alakabeth, or if you prefer, Ultima 1. The very first Ultima game.
안녕하세요.
Like, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you've played Ultima 1 lately. That game is trash. Even back in the day, that was not what you consider a good game. But it did lay a lot of brickwork for what would eventually become the RPG genre, which we're still following through on today.
What do you think? Are you going to be able to work with this guy?
Believe me, I've dealt with lots of blowhards like him.
I've I've identified each defense point for you. They'll flash when NK troops are in proximity. You won't have long to get from point to point, so be quick.
Damn it, Bernard Andrew.
Troops are attacking the north defense point.
What? Yeah, I thank you, game. I was trying to. Yeah, let's attack a little pillbox here. An HMG. This is gonna go great for you. Actually, I have it. I didn't care for it, especially in cooking. I know you have to do extra stuff to cook it. I guess I should say I presume you have to do extra stuff to cook it, because it never dissolved properly.
Troops are moving in near the east defense point.
Exactly. Just not my thing. Actually, yes, it does, Paranoid Android. And I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but most Ultima games after that included that spell as like a reference to the original spell. We still appear to be in tutorial land, which is fine, of course. Nothing wrong with that. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I'll never do it, Zach Taft. You can never make me mount the oh my god. Okay. Oh, bull crap. I think that went through that Jeep. How much hardware do you think we're knocking over here? Like, in terms of money. I always like to think about how much money we're destroying when I play games like these. Pro tip. Airstrike everything.
용병이다.
Whoa, okay. I didn't even hit the guy. You know, that's fair, right?
안녕하세요.
Well, that's good to know.
동지들 도와줘. 피해.
My money is still on October, Ross. Has been for a while at this point. Ever since they announced that it's probably coming out in March, I've been saying October for the announcement.
NK forces are attacking the north defense point again.
안녕하세요.
Surprisingly, yeah, look. I'm not even sure how much I'm actually needed here at this point. Yeah, Frostpunk 2 is pretty soon. I've heard people whinging about it. Do you want to guess what about, Paranoid Android? Like the specific complaint they have? It's kind of funny. It's too woke? No, that's not it. It's not cold enough. No, that would be stupid. Not the right kind of stupid. Like, that's obvious stupid, right? You gotta think more subtle. More nuanced. Too punk. Can I help you?
Nicely done. The South Korean reinforcements have arrived. Ka-ching!
Not enough water. You knew it! No.
I just forwarded you a message from a man named Yusuf Urinov. I've got his file here. He's a major domo with the Russian mob. Dangerous, but almost certainly worth it in terms of money and intelligence.
I do like working for the mob for money. Wait, no, the opposite of that. Yep, 153,000. I can almost put a down payment on a house now. Anyways, the biggest complaint they have about Frostpunk 2 is that it's not really a city builder anymore. That it's a politics sim. In other words, that it's genre hopped. I don't know, I'm going off of beta info, Loner. I do know they abstracted some of the city buildings. The city building gameplay, because again, they're focusing more on the politics side of things. But even if that's a true statement that they did genre hop, who cares? Should you get into Frostpunk? Do you like city builders? Do you like city builders that have an actual story access to them? Do you like city builders that have a boss battle? Do you like city builders that actually have proper event chaining and proper usage of events in order to flesh them out? Do you like city builders that have you be constantly stressed and you'll probably lose your first match, or 2 or 3? If the answer to all these questions is yes, play Frostpunk. It's amazing. Hey, Girthquake, I actually remember that name. That has been a long time since I've seen that name in my chat, though. What's going on? Okay, survival sims can be good, is how I would phrase that. Oh, speaking of which, I think Frostpunk is on sale either now or soon, because Frostpunk 2 is coming out. So it's a good time to grab it. You know, the biggest complaint I've heard about Frostpunk is it's too short. Guess what one of the things I love most about Frostpunk is? Anyways. Listen, Loke. You have to judge a game before it comes out. That's the rule, okay? Judo, you there? There is such a thing as too short. I don't agree that Frostpunk is it. Aha, yeah, that's... No, you just basically gave the answer to the question I was about to ask. Yeah, no, I think Frostpunk is... I don't think Frostpunk was Paradox, was it? That's a good point. The coin will judge Dragon Age 4. Today it will not be good. Well, okay. Let's go meet the factions then. Because this goes to the Mafia HQ. So let's do it. Let's make some money. Money. Yeah, that... Okay. Listen, all I'm saying, Entity, is Frostpunk is one of the worst games ever made. It is actual garbage. People just went out to their refuse can and tossed whatever it was into a bin, and, like, the computer somehow interpreted that into the game in question. Believe it or not, I've never played the DLCs for Frostpunk, so I don't know. That's true, they were recycling. For Starfield, they spat into the box until they died of dehydration. Then they shipped it. Sorry, I need to be more obvious with my sarcasm here. I apologize. Where's my destination? Oh, God. I can't go through fences. I mean, if you look at the list of my review list right now, you'll notice Obsidian is not exactly low on that list. And I think Fallout 3 will do pretty well as well once we get there. I don't know how Morrowind or Skyrim will review. That's a big question mark.
You're here to look at some merchandise.
Hey, all right. Just what I need. A professional. My name is Sergei Voronov. This is my lieutenant, Yosef. We run the, discreet supply business around here. Everyone here needs stuff. Vehicles, weapons, you name it, and we supply it. Discreetly. That means no one asks any questions, including you. I'll kill anyone who betrays my trusts. You got a problem with that? You got a problem working for a killer, huh? Answer me. Yosef is right. Listen, you're a mercenary. You'll be working for lots of people. I know how it is. But you want some extra cash? You come to Sergei. Speaking of which, I got a job right now you could take. I'm going to test you out. See if you've got what it takes to work for me. Bring me one of Song's troop transports. Should be easy to find, but not so easy to steal, eh? If you want in, Yosef here will give you all the details. On the other hand, you can say no and walk out that door right now. You do what you want to do.
Surprisingly good doodad design, by the way. Like, this is one of the nicer looking places we've seen here. And that makes sense, considering this is the Mafia. And of course, the dude who's constantly sniffing because he really needs to stop touching his own stash.
Don't underestimate him. He may act like an idiot, but he's a ruthless killer.
Cocaine, just Shaddix. Cold. He's got a cold. A very legitimate cold. The best cold. The greatest cold. Biggest cold in the world. He does lay slice.
There's something wrong with Sergei. I don't trust him.
You don't trust the Russian Mafia gang boss? What?
But it could be a valuable resource.
There's only scattered resistance in the area, but those machine guns could be dangerous.
Oh, and for the record, to respond to you, Earthquake, I do absolutely think that Fallout 3 is going to score pretty well when we get there. I don't know if... Thank you. I don't know if it'll score better than Fallout New Vegas, but I do think it'll score well.
One down, 2 to go.
See, the thing is, I think New Vegas will crush it on the story axis. Because honestly, duh, right? I would be shocked if it did. Not very much, Trihexia, even after Deadpool.
Good work. Only one more left.
But the New Vegas, I remember, is going to have some issues on the gameplay axis, and Fallout 3 actually has a pretty solid gameplay axis. Weirdly enough. We'll see. I am curious when we get there. You're fine, Just Shaddix. I swear, do I come across like I'm yelling at people? I know I've been in kind of a permanent bad mood for the last, like, several weeks. Not because of the game, it's just because life sucks. But the last thing I want to be is one of those asshole streamers. You know the type. Those people.
That's the last of the guns. Now grab that truck and you're good to go.
Where did you guys come from?
I found a weapons cache.
So that's what the Russians are after.
That's true, we have been playing some very long games lately. And as usual, the length of the games is not actually the relevance. So let me state that sentence as clearly and accurately as I can. We've played games that are longer than they should be. Because as I pointed out earlier, I like plenty of long games. But some games are too long for what they should be. So far, like, I'm not going to lie to you, Judo Joker. The intro to this game pushed me out of it hard. But I'm starting to vibe it. I'm starting to vibe it. Dude, the intro sucks, Judo Joker. What are you talking about?
Bring us others, we'll make sure you're paid for your troubles.
Give me my money. Money. New option available. Supply drop. MG delivery. Mafia web shop now available.
Наемник.
I mean, did you notice how it didn't even tell me what half the buttons did? I just had to press buttons to find out what things happened.
Check your PDA for the email.
I mean, one of the first things that happened was I drove a car into a ditch that opened up right in front of me. Wrong button. Oh my god, come on, game. It's also got that GTA 3 jank. What's GTA 3 jank? Go play GTA 3. Alright, so we can buy... So are these one-offs or are these unlocks? Because I can't help but notice that it says 3 of 29. And 2 of 18. Okay, so these are one-offs. Okay. $46,000 for an airstrike. Funny thing, that's cheap. Yeah, no, exactly, Trihexia. They were expecting me to peruse the manual before I hopped into this. So right now we've got access to Scout, Technical, and a car. And weapons, ammo, and health, and close quarter combat weapons. We're not going to buy anything yet, but I have now confirmed something I suspected. We can buy stuff with the points we got. So now we have a purpose in going and merking it up, just like MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries and MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries. I always like it when there's a reason to get money other than just getting money.
There's one.
Strangely enough, I don't think like a billionaire. Okay, so now we do the other go-to, right, Judo Joker? Because I noticed we've got another mission up there in the northwest. That's what I thought. Let's do it. I've noticed there's actually pretty good flow to this. Like, they literally give me racing quests that take me to the next spot I want to be at for the next quest. That's good flow. I like that. Wow, this handles so much better than the Humvee. Which makes sense. Hey, Petey Barlow. What is going on? There's another name I recognize. I got two names I recognize from the old days. The old days. Whoa, 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 whoa. I was not expecting that kind of resistance. Yeah, for those of you familiar with MMOs, there's a concept called the City Walk quest. It's pretty basic. A lot of games have the City Walk quest. It's when you get a quest or a series of quests whose entire purpose is to take you from point A to point B, learn the layout, learn the concepts, learn the factions. You get it. GTA loves City Walk quests. Don't do it, Ross. I'll have to start saying SA2K again. One of my favorite City Walk quests ever is in GTA 5, and it's when you transition from being in the desert back to being in the city as... oh my god, I suddenly can't think of his name. The third guy. Trevor. Jesus.
Proceed.
So what do the Chinese want?
A mercenary. Violence for profit.
What?
Two hallmarks of Western ideology together in one package. My name is Colonel Zhao Pang of the People's Army. I will tell you now that I disapprove of using private contractors, but the People's Army is large and slow to rouse. If I am to secure this
Is that James Hong?
I must employ your services or risk losing the initiative. Working for the People's Republic involves many
James Hong.
unpleasant duties. Dealing with me, chief among them. Reward my trust with loyalty, and you'll have access to our considerable support. China is a vast and powerful nation. Acting as our ally means you will be unstoppable. If you are willing to help, I have a job for you. The North Koreans set up a communication to the north that allows them to spy on us. Get rid of this irritation for me, and we may have more work for you in the future. This is my associate, Captain Liu. If this contract interests you, speak to him. He will give you all the details. The door is right there. If you are not interested, please depart.
Is that gonna go away at any point?
Before
James Hong is a great actor and one of my favorite actors in general. I don't even notice Carl Weathers, and yeah, F. Okay, so I don't like loading times this long. You can now call in an artillery
Charming guy.
strike.
Really?
Oh, I'm sure he'll warm right up once you get to know him.
I mean, LucasArts used to be known for actually bothering to put the extra mile into their games. It's one of the reasons so many LucasArts games are well beloved even to this day. I mean, I still think that one of the best fighter games I've ever played, like, sorry, not fighter games, space combat games I've ever played, is TIE Fighter. Do me a favor. Look up when TIE Fighter came out, just real quick.
용병이다. 공격해.
There's no need to shoot at me. I'm not your enemy, I swear. Not your enemy. I mean, I am, but like only for today. 2006? 5? God, I can't remember now. I think it's 2005.
Museum, destroy it!
Yep, time to destroy the Children's Museum. Die, children. It is 2005. Alright, nobody answered my question, so I gotta go answer it myself. When did TIE Fighter came out? 1994. Moving on.
Hey, I just got an email from Chinese HQ. I've found the buildings they're interested in on the satellite imagery. Check out your PDA for the coordinates of each structure.
I have played the N64 version of Shadows of the Empire. I am not a big fan of that game. But part of the reason why, and I actually talked about this the last time I streamed it, is it's one of those games that starts off great and then never stops getting worse. Like, I think when we streamed it, we got up to the sewer levels. Because the first two stages are actually pretty solid, right? Battle of Hoth and the interior Battle of Hoth. And you got the, like, the train level. Are any of those targets gonna hit? Oh my god, they're hitting me. Wow, not a single one of those hit the target. Not one. Yeah, no, it's a very Sunshine Syndrome game. Like, I know people who will replay the first couple of stages of Shadows of the Empire, and then, you know, stop, because, game. Hey, we got one. By luck, it feels like. I don't know, maybe I'm weird because I play video games, but I love artillery. You know one of my favorite strategies in Total Annihilation? Don't build an army, don't build an air force. Don't build anything. Build guns. Then build radars. Then build the Big Bertha, which, for those of you who haven't played that game, is the longest range artillery you get access to. You can pretty much hit the entire map from anywhere. Okay, so let's pick up a Kalashnikov. Fine. Let's do it. Well, that's not even... Okay, whatever. What? What? Why did that cost me $50,000? Oh, got it. Oh, that sucks. Some horror game, Ross. It's the last hurdle. That's what that is. I wouldn't mind 50 grand right about now. Didn't change my life situation in any way, shape, or form. That'd be a nice buffer. Yeah, you'll notice I've slotted the Paper Marios as the recovery games there. don't know, 50 grand isn't much of a nest egg for retirement. I'm mostly dreading the Doom block, but that's why we're doing Doom 1, Doom 2, and Doom 3 first. See you around, Act. Well, have you played Doom 1 lately? But yeah, that's my concern. Doom 1 and Doom 2. And I guess Doom 3. I don't have fond memories of Doom 3, but I look forward to finding out how it actually is. Quake holds up pretty well on several axes. 64 is the third Doom game. It follows almost immediately on the heels of Doom 2 and leads directly into Doom 4, also known as Doom 2016. I think Quake 2 will hold up pretty well too when we get there. But I will admit it's been a really long time since I've played Quake 2. Eternal is what I call Doom 5. Because it is the 5th Doom game. I can explain in detail if I need to. Okay, can I turn these around? Because that would save me a lot of money. I don't want to spend $50,000 making an objective happen. Can I just be like, come on. Come on. Okay. Do I have any C4 on me? Oh, excuse me. Ah, that was a weird half hiccup thing. Are there any cars here? Oh, whatever. Looks like I only have one C4, if I read that correctly. I was gonna say, let's see what this does.
Well done. That's one less NK Command Center.
We did net positive after ordering that extra strike. New shop available. The thing you'll never buy. And yeah, now I see. It really is GTA. Look, the frickin' quest icons just popped up on the minimap.
Get to know all the major players before you commit yourself.
Commit myself? I'm a mercenary. Let me explain to you my modus operandi here. Kill things, get money. Kill people? That's extra. So what do we got? Yeah, commitments. I ain't career. Honestly, I hadn't either, Petey Barlow, if it makes you feel any better. Am right. Kill people, get M&Ms. Kill things, get paid. I need to get on my mercenary outfit here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's kill stuff. That'd be much more badass if I was not about to walk for like 3 minutes to get to the nearest anything. I'm sure there's a reload button. I don't know what it is. Oh, hey. Give me that. Give me. No, no. No. Give me your car. Give me your car. You could have lived. You could have lived. I'm not actually 100% sure what happened there. Yeah, what did you put in those sandbags, people?
No.
I sure hope this is a single-player game. Although, I suppose I shouldn't joke. There were literally MMOs on the PS2. No, you. No, you. Come here. Oh my god. He's like, keep running away from her! It's the only strategy that works! You... How are you alive? Okay, we're okay, we're okay. Yeah, the deep print. That actually worried me. We've already been bugging it up. Speaking of bugging it up, let's grab some save states there, just in case. Alright, so, obviously, what we want to do is we want to work for the most evil faction first, and then, like, work our way up to, like, less horrible, right? So what do we think? Who's the least evil here? Does such a metric even qualify? I'll also be right back. Okay. Let's discuss. What is evil? Evil is usually doing the easiest, quickest thing without regard to morality. I can't help but notice the Chinese are right next to us. I mean, again, going along with the Clancyism thing, I would imagine the Allies are probably the least evil here because they're American. No, not from the United States. They're American.
这是自己人呐！资本家猪来找上校。你给俄国人太多机会，他们
You
将
give the Russians too many opportunities. They will infest this area like cockroaches. The Russians are of no concern. However, this Agent Buford, aiding the South Koreans, I have dealt with him before. He deserves our close attention.
Your good work for us is commendable, so far. The Russian mafia moved into the port city of Haeju. Holding that port is of paramount importance to us and our long-term goals in the region. We have identified several high-ranking members of their organization. Eliminate them, and the Russian scavengers will be forced to retreat.
As you command, my master. And I just realized something. So we had a defend mission. Hang on. So it was a extract mission, a defend mission, a steal mission, and a blow up mission. Is that the quests in this game? Have we seen all of the quest types?
These Russian rabble filter into all.
Look, I'm fine with being loyal to your country. There's nothing wrong with rooting for your team, within reason. But, you know.
Sounds like the Russian mob's making headaches for a lot of people in the area.
Time for you to give them one of their own.
Well, have fun, Spartan. Remember, humans... Hey, hang on. You taking notes, right, Spartan? Humans have rights. I'll go back over that if you need me to. America! America, 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 America. States. The States. Okay, please, someone somewhere tell me you know what I'm referencing there. No one's gonna know that. No one's gonna get that. Where is it pointing me towards? The exact opposite direction. Cool. Holy crap, Dream Whisperer got it. So, there's actually a fascinating story behind A Bit of Fry and Lowry. Hugh Lowry was kind of an aspiring actor/comedian, and his career was having issues because he just couldn't get picked up on anybody. He also happened to be good friends with Stephen Fry. Fry was already a well-established actor and comedian at that point. So they basically made their own show with Fry's acting power and general clout in order to get Hugh Lowry on the board, which then got Hugh Lowry noticed as an actor and started his career. But it's called A Bit of Fry and Lowry. I highly recommend season 1 of it. It is freaking hysterical. If your only exposure to Hugh Lowry is the show House, it's going to be a bit of a shock. Oh, please do, Ross, because that sounds hilarious. Oh, they totally were, Drew Whisperer. Yeah, Blackadder, there's another show that is funnier than it has any right to be. Now, if you don't mind being horrifically depressed by something that arguably isn't funny, another show I can recommend is called Yes Minister. Yes Minister is a British comedy show. And I really put that question mark there because it was designed from the ground up to mock British Parliament. So they don't really exaggerate. Like, there's a little bit of comedic spin in the presentation, but the actual things they're doing, that's just Parliament. I will go left.
There's a number card nearby. Check your radar for the location.
Yeah, it is depressingly funny. That's a great way to put that.
To protect them. But the officer in the East City block is holed up in an area teeming with mafia thugs.
Oh my god, that's a How do I switch guns? How do I switch guns? Ah! Oh, I figured out how to switch guns. Gun switching unlocked. Press casualty? What? He was shooting at me! You don't get to be a casualty of war if you're shooting at me.
Good work.
That's not what I would call good work. But I'll take it. Well, at least...
Also known as the Four of Clubs, was finally killed last night after a brave Allied assault. There were no Allied casualties.
Well, now I know what that symbol on the map means. I talked to it, too. Yeah, their news updates are fast. Oh yeah, I noticed we have a rep meter, by the way.
Bonus from the Chinese.
What? But... Okay.
Yom Park, also known as the Four of Clubs, was finally killed last night after a brave Allied assault. There were no Allied casualties.
That's one officer confirmed down.
I'm losing rep with the Russians here. I want to test something. I want to test something. No, don't shoot me, please. I noticed that, Judah Turner. The Merchant of Menace. Get it?
Sounds like the Russian mob's making headaches for a lot of people in the area.
Time for you to give them one of their
Okay, so that restarts the whole mission. That's good, that's good. That's actually what I wanted. Pick up the covert. Wrong button. No! No! Shoot. Okay. We'll work with that. Did the same damn thing. Oh my god. You know, Jojo Joker's in chat is just like, God, why are you literally Hitler, Lore? Yes, that's right. After Hitler was defeated in Germany, he went to take over North Korea. This is actually a documentary we're playing through. Some dark days. North Korean people couldn't even build mustaches of the straight caliber that Hitler had. He used his mustache swag in order to take over the entire country, swaying people household by household. He would just show up and pose dramatically. They knew. They knew the moment they saw him. Hey, Evo. The most evil of all Evos. Just saying something when you think about it. I've known a lot of Evos in my life. Holy crap. Senor Hitler. Who is that? Nobody important. Oh. Well, we did accidentally kill one of our targets, Evo. Does that count? I'm curious if he respawns, because he's not part of the mission. I don't even know if I'm going the right way. I think I am. Nope. He's right there. I see him on the map. Whoa there. Our physics more than meets the eye. Autobots in their battle to kill Hitler in North Korea.
You're almost to Heiju. I've pinpointed the exact location of each officer. Two of the guys only have small entourages to protect them, but the officer in the East City block is holed up in an area teeming with mafia thugs. You might want to deal with him last.
I thought I picked up the sniper rifle. Okay, whatever. Listen, Evo. Judo's the one who keeps saying I'm secretly... I'm not Hitler, okay? It's Evo. It's Evo. Vote her into space, okay? She's the traitor. Stop running in front of the people with the guns, please. God damn it! He literally ran in front of me! You asshole! You just cost me $100,000, you dickwad! Who'd be more evil than Hitler? I mean, a non-memeing answer would be someone like Genghis freaking Khan. Or Temujin. Yeah, or Stalin. Thug.
Roger, this is Expo 2. I am in the air.
Recoup at least some of the money I just lost.
I see your smoke. I'm at the LZ.
Now, if you want a joking answer, someone who's worse than Hitler. No! Mecha Hitler. No, hang on. I can do better than that.
Yon Park, also known as the Four of Clubs, was finally captured last night after a brave Allied assault. There were no casualties.
Get my money. Yeah, I lost $50,000 on that hit.
Happy to hear about this.
Because of that crap. Jesus. Okay, so let's see. Memeing answer. Judo Joker. You are worse than Hitler. What? Huh? No. Politicians are too easy. It's got to be like, something stupid. Like a pop star you don't like. The Mako she ain't. Oh, I don't know. We got up here pretty well. There you go. Taylor Swift is worse than Hitler. I didn't get the sniper. Why didn't I get the sniper rifle? Okay, hang on. Yeah, I didn't think. Okay, so I was just testing something. That doesn't count. Elon Musk is a trash pile. I'm sorry. I didn't want to pick someone obvious like him, because he actually really is terrible. Okay, no, Taylor Swift is cool. Really. Yeah, Jeff Bezos, garbage human being. No. Probably not, Loke. Probably not. I hope not. Jesus. Okay. Includes a carbine, some friends. Neither of these contain sniper rifle. How is the surgical strike, which is precise, the same price as the artillery strike, which isn't? Yes, Seth. If you go back into the history of Elon Musk a little bit, which I don't recommend doing because it's kind of a waste of time, he has never been a smart person. That's true with a lot of people like that, honestly. Yeah, 6 booms that don't hit what I'm trying to hit. Fine, give me an airstrike. Let's see if this works at all, at least.
Roger, target received. Bombs free.
That's one officer confirmed down.
That's hilarious for us. Correct, Seth. I mean, he doesn't know anything about money either, despite owning PayPal. I know, it's more complicated than that. Well, hang on. Yeah, no, I've actually heard the nicest thing that could be said about Elon Musk. Oh, that's right, he actually sold PayPal. I forgot about that. Sorry, my bad. He did own PayPal. The nicest thing I could say about Elon Musk is he has a tendency to set up companies and then set people who are actually competent in charge of them. Hey, it's that guy! He's still standing there! And, you know, when he walks away from those companies tend to do well. It's when he gets involved that things go badly. Yeah, PayPal was the first company he wanted to call X, by the way. Or maybe it was the second? God, you know what? I shouldn't say things I'm not sure about. I don't remember the specifics, and I apologize for not having the specifics on hand. I shouldn't say things without knowing specifics. Yeah, I want my rifle, Judo Joker. I want my rifle. I want to shoot this person without them knowing I'm shooting them. I've been playing a lot of Hitman lately, okay? That's just my excuse for everything I do for the next, like, week. Look, I've been playing a lot of Hitman lately. He's just a man, baby woo. It's funny because I actually sympathize. I think mechs are cool. I'm with that. Mechs are cool. Wait, what was harsh? The guy? Or the fact that I didn't kill him more than I could have, Judo Joker? Also, I need to go back and make a clip of the best time I killed that guy. Because we didn't get that clipped. Problem is, I don't remember which VOD that was in. There it is. I've always thought that a mech is like a form of mobile artillery would be an interesting idea. See the AT-AT, excuse me, forget. Where's my sniper? Where's the sniper? There's just a frickin' assault rifle here. Look, I don't want to kill or capture clubs for the third time, Judo Joker. But nothing else despawned. Like, everything else was still here. In the world. Okay. Well, shoot. Loke said there might have been a sniper in the towers. I have no idea. I've never played this game before. Hey, amazing music. Can you play more often, please? Because, you know, I just... Fine. You don't want to play amusing music? I got your back. We'll play music appropriate to the game in question. Oh, wow, that drowns out a lot of that music, doesn't it? I do like money, and I'm willing to brutalize and kill anyone I have to make money. This is 2 games in a row we kill people for money. Judo Joker, do we need to have a chat? Actually, I had the exact same question for you, Evo. What do you think about the Visions? Trademark. Patent pending. Oh, I can't even get in those. Doesn't look like I can even get in those. Jesus. Talk, Lord, talk. Use words. Herb Brown.
Yom Park, also known as the Four of Clubs, was finally captured last night after a raid.
What came out in 2005? Can someone please, like, look that up? Game-wise. Why would you care about my opinion? Jesus Christ. Ask the opinion of someone who actually is worth a damn. Like you. Which is why I always ask you that question. That's the idea, Ross. The last chonker we had was Hitman, and I put that right up front for a reason. Resident Evil 4? Ouch. And that's for all you Mass Effect fans right there. So I'm going to say something really strange here. I think the visuals kind of suck. But I actually agree with Judo Joker. I think that the direction helps. And so far, I haven't had much issue with visual distinction. Now, we'll see how much that carries. All that's in question mark land right now. I think it's just enough PS1-y, as weird as that sounds. Yeah, like, the vehicles actually look pretty legit. The character models have been pretty decent, too, and the interior sections...
Now there's no bonus from
How did...
На нас напали! Вернись, вернись! Отдохни, собака! Не стреляй!
Guild Wars 1. Oh, wow.
Хватить! Hey, ты!
Left 2 officers confirmed down. Only 1 more to go. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, aesthetically... Thank you, Seth.
Хватить! На нас напали! Беги! Подохни, собака!
Ah, yeah, Mario Kart DS. Someone mentioned that, too. And yeah, Battlefront 2 by this same studio.
Хватить! Не стрелять! Хватить! Хватить!
2010's shooter, and not in a good way. When did that Star Trek game come out? We actually streamed it once. Sorry about this.
Воздух! Спасайся, кто может!
Hey, how's the Russian, Evo? No, there was one that was based off the 2009 game where you were fighting, I think, the Gorn. It was really bad. It was a shooter. And it's not like a Star Trek shooter can't work. Delta Force was pretty legit.
如果你哋死咗啊，邊個養你哋屋企人啊？
Am I killing you? Is that what I'm here to do? Am I capturing? What am I doing to you?
这是自己人呐。Well done.
No, that mission sucked, but thanks for saying that. Was it Star Trek Legacy? God, that was 06.
北京已經俾我哋即刻嘅領導者啊，個核子武器
That's what I thought.
毀滅咗啦。
Now, hang on. You're gonna make me look this up. Video game based on Star Trek 2009. It's called Star Trek. It came out in 2013. It's a shooter, and it sucks. All right, so back onto it.
拖住。
Time to level agility. No, the intent. I swear to God, I walked up to it and hit pick up. I swear to God, Evo, if you don't ask me another question in 5 seconds, let's see, what horrible thing could I do to you? I'm going to tell everyone about how awesome you are every single stream. For example, did you know that Evo is actually very close to doing her final... She is very close to finalizing her second editing pass of a book she's writing right now? No, I said the Gorn. It's a really good book. I actually did the first editing pass myself. I'm looking forward to it finally coming out. Of course, I'm going to have to do a final editing pass, but that's how that goes. Oh, that could have been Aunt Diddy. See, now Evo's apologizing. So now I've got to be even more positive towards her. Let's see. So, she also recently came up with a D&D module completely on her own. First one she's ever made. She jammed it for it recently, and she did a really good job. In fact, I think she's jammed for it 3 times? 2.5 times, as of this moment. She's still in the middle of another playthrough. I have encouraged her to run it for a few of the lore walkers, if anybody's interested, of course. So if anybody is, poke at her. It's a really good module. It's based on 5th edition. It's really cool. I played it myself. It's awesome. I helped her playtest it. Nope, it's still just the assault rifle. It's weird.
Oh, hello.
Aluminium tubes. I will continue praising you forever, Evo. There is no escape. How do I remain so awesome all the time? I have a lot of really good people supporting me. And if they should trace the mercenaries' activities back to us, we will deny everything, of course. And the Allies will believe it. China does not use private contractors. This is well known.
Greetings. Your good work for us is commendable, so far. The port city of Nampo is held by Song's troops, and I have not the armored support necessary to take it. Should I take the port, our ships can offload 2 armored battalions. The tanks I need to take the city can only be brought in through the city. Stalemate. You can break the stalemate for me. Eliminate Song's men and reinforce the area with my troops, and we will pay you well. You will also doubtless unearth location of Sun Han, the Queen of Clubs, as the Allies call him. He runs shipping for Division 39 out of Nampo.
Convenient that there's 52 of these people here. Weirdest genre. I'm going to ask this question to the group. The weirdest genre you want to see a Star Trek game in? Because most of the genres I want are pretty vanilla, right? Strategy, RPG, Telltale, Bridge Manager, like Ross just mentioned. By the way, I'm glad you had fun with that. I still haven't got a chance to try it. So, but the weirdest genre that would still be something I actually want out of a Star Trek game. You actually want that off the deeper end?
I'm not sure that guy has a good side.
Dating sim. I know there are people who would unironically want a Star Trek dating sim. Without any level of hesitation or hyperbole. Alright, real quick. You get to pick the species of the person you're dating. The gender, the personality, all that. That's just whoever you want to date. It's purely cosmetic. Who would you pick based solely on species? I know my answer, if anybody wants to hear it. But you gotta answer first.
The Four of Clubs was finally captured last night after a brave Allied assault. There were no casualties.
Alright, hear me out. Truck simulator. Or just simulator in general is I guess the name of the genre. Really? So, it's effectively a trading sim. You operate a cargo ship. You run cargo. You have to manage your business, what lines you take, what routes you take, you know. There's actually a space truck sim that came out like just last week or something like that, which is essentially what I'm talking about. So, you know, something like that. Except set in Star Trek. It's actually a surprisingly fun game. It was very buggy when I tried it, but I was still in, like, beta. My answer, by the way, I'll go ahead and tell you. Yeah, no, Elite Dangerous, that kind of a thing, right? For me, Cardassian. Alright, so. And anybody who's seen Deep Space Nine and seen Cardassian, Nanovisor knows what I'm talking about. I know Elite Dangerous would fit Star Wars War, that's why this is kind of an unusual pick. I mean, Star Wars is custom built for a freelancer game. Is there a zoom in? Is there like an alt fire mode button somewhere? Aren't we killing people? Is there like a mission objective thing? Eliminate and verify. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we're killing people. A legal game set in Star Trek. That would be interesting. Really wish I shot that sniper rifle right about now. That would be nice. This would be a perfect spot for that. Tell me about it, Loner. I mean, the Corellian YT series was built on customization. No, Yura. I would never. How dare you besmirch my good name by insinuating that I would... Hang on, let me make a save state really quick. That I would ever actually do something like emulate a game. I spit upon the very concept of emulation. Emulation is one step away from robbing people. Stealing money out of the hands of good, innocent men and women and children. Think about all the video game children in Skyrim who are all homeless because of the fact that you emulated. This is your fault. You did this. How could you do this? And then those puppies. Also in Skyrim. You're just kicking all the people in Skyrim. Why are you doing this? Why? Anyways, what about you, Dark Winter? I'm sorry, I didn't see your answer. I like how you're always hostile with the North Koreans. Something about that just amuses me. How do I get up top? At least there's combat music. So they've already learned one lesson that GTA wouldn't learn. For 10 years? Something like that. Well, yeah, but like my jump isn't really extensive. Yeah, good point. It would work with North Korea. You know, Evo, I haven't heard a question from you lately. I might have to share another awesome thought here. I like we're just getting rep by killing Koreans. North Koreans. Now there's an interesting question. Could the Bastion help North Korea? The people, I mean. Don't do it, Ross. Don't do it. Yeah, but like, that's it, Evo. I need more questions. There's too many questions, Miss Iliani. Too many questions. Yeah, I'll take a tank as a comp. Well, I won't take a tank. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Tank get. I mean, it's an APC. Seminole DS9? I think I'm actually going with the Jem'Hadar. And no, this is 30 FPS according to this.
Mom, it's dinner time.
What? How dare it be dinner time?
And guess what? We're having this. Do you want to see what dinner is?
Well, what is it?
I'm not going to tell you. It's a surprise.
You didn't tell me?
It's a surprise.
Oh, okay. Can I have a hug?
Backwards hand.
Backwards hand hug?
And backwards hug.
Backwards hug.
Backwards tie hug.
Tie hug? Okay, good. Tie hug.
I mean backwards tied up hug.
Ugh. There. You're trapped now. So do you see my tank? Do you like it?
Yeah.
Alright, you want to run over someone really quick? What? Really quick, because I know you gotta go. Let's do it. That guy right there. Let's get him.
He's shooting us.
Here we go. Here we go.
He's shooting
there
us.
we
Oh
go.
my goodness.
Don't worry, he's not shooting at us anymore. See?
You rolled over.
Well, yeah. Now he's sleeping. Good night.
Goodbye.
Good night. So, these guys are so tired. They need to rest. We need to help them get to sleep. We got one more, I think. Oh, I see it. Do you see it?
No.
It's coming from... there's actually two more. Here we go. Go to sleep. There we go. He's asleep. Good job. Alright, you should go upstairs before you get in trouble. I'll be right up, okay? We gotta help a few more people go to sleep, and then I'll be right up. Sleep. We need to make sure. Listen, when I take over the world, she's gonna be doing a lot of running around in a tank, okay? So she needs to know how this works out early. How did that do no damage to him? Oh my god. Okay, you know what? This is done. Yep, the enemy is down. Go away. Now we're just killing him. Will we successfully take out the Queen of Clubs? You're not the Queen of Clubs. There we go. Okay. Will we successfully take out the Queen of Clubs? Booyaka. Okay. Tomorrow, at roughly 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will continue this particular predilection.